Oh, well, here we go, people. Nice to have you here. Thank you for joining me. We start by shaking out our wrists. Make sure your wrists are nice and floppy. Notice how I'm standing shoulder width apart. Forward with the wrists up and down. Keeping my shoulders loose side to side. Wrists are important because they get extremely stagnant. Here I'm doing what I call my Al Jolson. Just really rotating those wrists backwards and forwards, nice and soft with the wrists and with the fingers. Maintaining an intention on the middle finger, so the middle finger becomes the focal pivot point for this movement. And by rotating and turning the wrist this way, it allows us to remove stagnant energy. Next, I'm tapping, soft tapping inside of the arms, outside of the arms, up and down from the wrist, elbow, shoulder joints, waking up the body, stimulating blood flow, moving lymph tissue, lymph fluid on the sides of the arms especially, and the elbow especially. Super important now that we're facing this whole immunity issue. We need to really peck away using our fingers just below the clavicle. This allows us to stimulate what we call the lung points. So we can go right from the clavicle into the apex of the shoulder back towards a very important point called kidney 27, K27. Stimulates the thyroid. Here I'm tapping my last rib, not my floating rib, just my last rib, the front. Here stimulating the spleen and liver. Gentle tapping with a soft fist. Gentle tapping with a soft fist. Fist is open, not closed. Giving some stimulation, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Tap, 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 tap. Next, using my first two knuckles of my fist. I'm rubbing just on the crest of my pelvis into my lower back. Massaging, rubbing, stimulating the kidneys right up to the 10th rib. Getting right in there. I'm even rotating my pelvis backwards and forwards to help me. Kidney function is super important in Chinese medicine and Qigong because our kidneys function declines as we age. Kidneys are a fundamental part of immunity strengthening. Now using this edge of my fist, tapping. Again a soft fist, tapping. This is called Jifa, striking method. Leaning forward, opening out the spine, stimulating the pelvis, lower pelvis. Then from here into a warm-up, just to get the blood circulation moving. I'm going to use a very basic, it's called Poor Man's Qigong, Ping Shui Gong. I just start by swinging my arms and dropping my pelvis. Bringing the hands to the eye line. And then from here, we do fast swings, keeping still for 5. Drop on the 5th one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, drop. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see I'm alternating a little bit, and maybe I'm losing count here, that's okay. But you get the gist. We're doing 4 or 5, bringing the arms right back. See how far I bring my arms back? This opens up the lymphatic system. This is what we call very, 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 very basic Qigong, just to get the body stimulated and woken up in the morning. There's no real major mind intention here. It's just swinging and moving and breathing. My breath is something like this. In, 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 out, out, in, out, out. So a lot of breath in, small breaths in. So the breath is controlled. So we're really oxygenating the lungs. Research has shown that hyperoxygenation of the bloodstream kills viruses and reduces their effect, especially coronavirus types, believe it or not. There's a published article about this recently. And of course, everybody is relying on ventilators now to save people's lives. Try to do your training in the open air. Here I'm standing in a basic, what we call Wu Ji posture. My feet are parallel, my knees slightly bent, knees do not go over the toes, and I try to flatten out my lower back so my bum is not sticking out. Standing and feeling the weight in my front of my feet, just shuffling there to get a bit of space for you guys to see. Then I'm sinking and opening out my hands, and I'm facing the sun, lifting my head up. Now here in my mind, I'm absorbing the sun's rays. I'm really concentrating on absorbing the UV sunlight. As I breathe in, and imagine I'm pulling in the healing energy of the yang of the sun. Staying maintained in my Wu Ji. Feet parallel. Softening my knees. Try to remain out of your shoulders and in your elbows and your feet. Breathing in, breathing out. All the time adjusting and softening the shoulders as much as you can. Here adjusting, softening the shoulders, trying to maintain structure and concentrating on remaining in my feet with my spine straight. This is my morning meditation. Obviously, I'm doing this to remain relaxed and open. Hands come up, pushing down through the spine, standing up, breathing in, sinking. I'm just adjusting so you can see me. Breathing in, pushing down through the center line. Breathing in through. Breathing in, pushing through the spine. Breathing out. Breathing in. Coming down. What I'm trying to do is remove any negativity in my mind and imagining that I'm absorbing the sun's rays or the heaven chi, pushing that down through my head, through my throat, through my spine, down through the tailbone. Repeat this 9 times. Sinking. So I'm sinking with my center, not with my knees. Each time, I'm imagining that I'm absorbing good energy into my body. That's it. That's my morning routine. Keep it real, guys. Thank you.